On trends today, Bayelsa Governor Douye Diri reportedly resigns from PDP. Nasarawa begins process to execute Timileyin Ajayi for murder of girlfriend. Showore mobilizes protest to Aso Rock over continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu.
What do you say to
Edo Governor Okpebholo declares loyalty to Tinubu with new cap rule. Nance gives ASU and federal government 7 days to resolve dispute. This is a panel as we look critically into some of the major stories on trend this evening. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Camera rolling. Light set. Sound check. And action.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's program, a program where we get to talk about the daily lawyers and technical issues with intent to educate.
This is the perfect space to create professional quality videos, recording news, podcasts, and all media content. With top-of-the-line cameras, studio lighting, soundproof spaces, we provide everything you need for a seamless shoot. Our fully equipped studio ensures high-quality production every time. Enjoy a comfortable, air-conditioned environment with professional-grade gear and expert support. Contact us now or visit our Abuja location to reserve your spot.
Welcome back to Trends. Quickly to our first story. It's been another surprising twist in Nigeria's fast-changing political landscape. Bayelsa Governor Douye Diri has reportedly resigned his membership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Now, this development comes barely 24 hours after Enugu State Governor Peter Mba also announced his move to the ruling All Progressive Congress, signaling what many now describe as a wave of political realignment across the South. And of course, I did say I have quite a panel with me this evening to look at these issues. Let me start with you, Barrister Munirat. Is there a law against defection, and how will it affect governors and political office holders across the country that have defected in the latest waves of defection to the All Progressive Congress, APC?
Thank you. For the seat of the governor, for example, there's no actual legal implication because one, we say Section 109, sub 1G of the Constitution, or Section 68, 1G of the Constitution, but it applies only to the legislators, not the executive, like the governor or the president. So because there's this, over and over again, the Supreme Court have ruled that when they win seats, that ticket is personal to them, even if the political party sponsored them. So no particular legal implication or loss of seats because they defect. Just according to law as it is.
Wow. Let me come to you, Omoyi. What do you think? I mean, we've all been following this trend since the defection started and became a massive wave. What do you think is driving this wave of defections?
I really don't know, because I want a situation where they would come out and explain to us why they are all defecting. It is turning into a show of shame. The structure they have in PDP, the people that are leaving PDP and going to APC are the same people. So they need to give us reasons why they are defecting from the PDP to APC, because you people are the same people. What were you supposed to do in PDP that you didn't do, that you feel like you can go to APC and do it?
Do differently.
I don't know what they want to do differently. The governor resigned from PDP. He has not yet stated that he's going to APC. But to be different, I just feel like they're all rallying around the president to get, maybe to maintain their stay in government. They just feel if they're not loyal to the president, they might not win the next election. That is the major reason why I think a whole lot of them are camping from PDP to the APC. Aside that, no other tangible reason.
I'll just put it in simple words, just two words: self-preservation.
Wow.
Self-preservation, and that's it.
Well, moving on, the Nasarawa State Ministry of Justice has commenced the process to seek the approval of Governor Abdullahi Suleiman to execute the death sentence on Oluwatimileyin Ajayi, who killed his girlfriend Salome Adaudu. Now, you would recall that Timileyin Ajayi was sentenced to death 5 months after he was arraigned on a one-count charge of culpable homicide. And I quickly come to you, Barrister Munirat. How do you react to this development?
Well, I know some people are eager because LJE, we were legal team, we're part of the people at the forefront of the matter then when we're in court. However, you see people agitating and all that. The truth is, the rule of law is the rule of law.
True.
So even after sentencing him, he still has about 90 days, 3 months thereabouts to appeal. And he didn't. So the next step is to apply to the governor to make sure that execution is taken. And I think the DPP, the state prosecutors, they are on that as we speak, because this is a very passionate matter of things that happen. And then there's some school of thought will say that capital punishment should be abolished.
Yes. You took that right out of my mind. I was going to ask
Yes.
that, especially
Yes.
now, just recently, the National Human Rights Commission has joined the call for the abolishment of capital punishment.
Exactly.
So how
now,
will that
the question
affect
is
this?
Even though very, very much in existence in the Nigerian law, death sentence is something that is very vital, right? But however, the question is, if you are calling for death sentence to be, or capital punishment, let me say capital punishment to be abolished, what is now the value of the victim? Those activists has not really answered that question.
But we've seen in the civilized crime where inmates that have been scheduled to go on death row, where states change their laws based on calls such as the one you've mentioned, they are now put on life sentence. Maybe we've seen inmates with 4 life sentences, some with 3, some with 2, knowing very well that they will never come out of the prison or correctional facility, as the case will. Can we borrow from that?
While I will appreciate that for whatsoever reason they may have given for this abolishment or adopting that of other countries, I feel like when you take someone's life and then you are living in any condition whatsoever, whether life imprisonment or so, but you are still alive and that person is not as a result of your own action, then what is the value of the life of the victim? Nobody has been able to answer this question, including other states, e.g. the United States of America, that have adopted it, right? They have not been able to, like, I do not see the, how do I say it? You know, this lady's just, she's holding
the balance, yes.
It's not balanced for me. Because I feel
we should maintain the law of Moses, an eye for an eye.
When you take a life, you should feel what it means to take a life, except maybe accidental and all that. And then you might go life imprisonment because it's not intentional and all that. But for intentional taking life of someone, like in the case of this Salome, I don't see how life imprisonment is commensurate to
the crime that was committed.
And this one is so bad that it's not just like taking the life of this girl, but butchering her and going ahead to smoke her flesh. I mean,
moving ahead, former presidential candidate and human rights activist Omoyele Sowore has announced plans to mobilize Nigerians for a peaceful march to Aso Rock on Monday, October 20, if the federal government fails to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Sowore, who led supporters from the Banex area of Abuja, revealed that this was the 6th market visit in 2 days as part of efforts to sensitize citizens on the need to demand justice and accountability. Now, Barrister, let me come to you again, because This protest has a lot of legal dynamics to it. First of all, is this protest legal, considering the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing charges of terrorism? So far, the prosecution has proven that Nnamdi Kanu is liable and culpable for several lives that have been lost in southeastern Nigeria and several destructions of security architecture as well. So, is this protest justified?
Okay. Let's start from your first question, if it's legal, right? As long as it's a peaceful protest without sorry causing any disrupt, like according to what we just watched on TV now, there was no disrupt. It was a peaceful protest asking for justice for whatsoever reason he was asking for. It is legal because he has right for peaceful protest. Let's leave that
constitutional right.
Constitutional right. So let's leave that on that basis. So let's go to if it's justifiable. Anyway, for me, I feel like since the matter is still in court, you should wait for final judgment. We have what we like everything should remain status quo until final judgment.
I was going to ask that,
yes.
Because wouldn't this protest be some form of contempt to the ongoing case?
So what Sowore is saying is that they should just damn all the consequences on all the procedure going in court and just release him on bail. They have tried this bail application for a long time and it did not work. The court still for what is best known for the court detained him and denied Kanu bail. So now I expect, okay, just calm down. Let's see. If the judgment of the court does not now go in a way Sowore or any other person would want it to go, then protest cannot come. Now, what are you saying? They should release him on what basis? Should be coming from the house or where? Judging from how far this matter has gone up to this moment.
Moyani, your reactions. Sowore seems to know how to get reactions from Nigerians. So, as a Nigerian, do you buy this course?
Well, I feel like it's a good call by Sowore to ask people to come out and, agitate for him to be released. But then on the grounds that he's being held for terrorism charges, I mean, he should allow the law take its full course. But also, he has been detained for too long. That's what I think.
So you're suggesting that even in the eventual judgment that will be given, the court should take into account how long he has been held in custody, how long he's been incarcerated.
Out of it, exactly, while giving the judgment. That can be possibly removed because he has been held for too long. And he's even sick. His lawyers are saying that he's sick. He needs to be released on medical grounds. I mean, the other terrorists that are free, they just released some persons on presidential clemency. Those people are people that have committed crimes that are even, almost commensurate to what he's being accused of. So, I mean, I don't know. For me, as I'm not a lawyer, from my own point of view, I feel like he's been held for too long and it should,
there are some crimes that are not bailable, and terrorism is
definitely
one of the forefront of it. That's why it was not released. In case we need to put this out there for people who do not understand. Why it was held for too long. Terrorism is one of it, and then again, there are dynamics to these procedures in courts processes. So there's the first time the prosecutor is coming, and then I think there was a no case submission from Kanu.
Yes,
and then the court said no. Open your defense and defend yourself. So this is a back and forth. I think no case submission takes a lot of time than you can even imagine. Okay. So it's not as a result of maybe the court holding him long. It's just the long procedure that we go through in court. In every other matter, it's just that it's so pronounced now because it's kind of a celebrity case. However, we have a lot of cases since maybe, for example, 2007. That's been going on up to this moment. No judgment yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, still on trends, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebolo has stirred conversations online after issuing a rather unusual directive to his newly appointed commissioners. According to the governor, no commissioner will be allowed into the state's executive council meetings without wearing the famous Asiwaju cap. That's the signature cap associated with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He made the statement during the swearing in of 20 new commissioners and members of state boards on Tuesday. Now, let's take a look at the video.
Before we begin, you see this cap? I will not forgive any commissioner that is not wearing it. In ESCO, if you are not wearing suit and you are wearing traditional dress and you are coming to the ESCO without this Asewaju cap, you are going back. What do you say to Asewaju? Let me tell you first, before we begin, you see this cap? I will not forgive any commissioner that is not wearing it. In ESCO, if you are not wearing suit and you are wearing traditional dress and you are coming to the ESCO without this Asewaju cap, you are going back. What do you say to Asewaju?
All right, so that's Governor Monday Okpebolo. Omoyeni, how do you react to this? I mean, Governor Okpebolo is beginning to be some kind of adding so much humor to government and governance.
He's my governor. I'm proud of him. He's speaking from the standpoint of being a boss. He employed this, the commissioners are appointed, and he has the right to tell, I think he has the right to tell them, this is how I want the process to be. He has said, it's just like you're wearing a uniform or you're wearing a badge that belongs to your organization. You once you're employed, you're to adhere to the rules. I mean, politically, it's not really okay because it shows that you're probably forcing them to support a particular.
I'm sorry, Omoyeni. I believe you're adding to the humor. What's going on in it?
No,
But you are not laughing.
No.
No, but Barrister Munirat, is there a corporate law that the governor may be infringing on? I mean, let's look at it from a more formal and professional standpoint.
Okay, the thing is, before we even go into that, first of all, as number one man of your state, the governor, the ruler of your state, are you loyal to a person or are you loyal to the rule of law?
Big question.
Yes, because this is very unfortunate. How can you say your commissioners should wear a particular cap because it's synonymous or it has the symbol to the president because you want to be on a good book, on the good side? I mean, now these people are they are no longer ashamed of even what anybody thinks about what they are doing. Like in the time past, maybe they might be doing this thing behind you, just be wearing it behind, but this one on national television, saying that none of your commissioner will come in if they do not wear a particular cap. Like you said, back to your first question, where is it written that as commissioners or as appointees of any government position, you should dress in a particular certain way for you to attend meeting, especially a particular kind of cap, because it symbolizes someone. I mean.
Oh, well.
These leaders could do better.
Anyway, as always, on Trends, we keep our ears to the ground and our searchlight beamed on developments as they evolve. But before we go, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has given the federal government and ASU a 7-day ultimatum to end the 2-week warning strike to prevent another prolonged shutdown of the country's universities. Now, in a statement by the NANS president, Olushola Oladoja, NANS expressed concern that the renewed industrial tension between the government and lecturers could once again disrupt the academic calendar, warning that Nigerian students will not accept another round of strike. And that's where we wrap up tonight's edition of Trends with LJE. Thank you to Barrister Munirat and, of course, Omoyeni for making our time to be with us.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
And, of course, to you, our viewers, for being part of the show. Do well to follow us on @LJE Nigeria across all social media platforms. Don't forget to like, follow, and share your thoughts on the issues and matters as highlighted on the show. I am Nkamian John. See you on the next one.